In a significant move underscoring NATO's continued military support for Ukraine, Germany has completed the delivery of Patriot air defense systems to Kyiv. The transfer, conducted through carefully coordinated logistical routes via Allied territory, including Slovakia, marks another step in fortifying Ukraine's layered air defense network against persistent Russian missile and drone strikes. The operation was executed with a high level of discretion and precision characteristic of NATO standard military logistics. The systems, transported in secured convoys and supported by Allied infrastructure, were rerouted through Slovakia before reaching undisclosed Ukrainian positions. This ensured both operational security and uninterrupted movement, despite heightened Russian intelligence monitoring of arms transfers into Ukraine. German defense officials confirmed the successful arrival of the systems, highlighting that the deployment will significantly enhance Ukraine's ability to intercept enemy aerial threats, ranging from cruise missiles to advanced ballistic systems. The Patriot, long considered one of the West's most capable long-range air defense systems, is designed to track, engage, and destroy incoming threats with precision-guided interceptors. For Ukraine, this addition provides not just expanded defensive coverage, but also a morale boost in the face of Russia's relentless missile campaigns against major cities, power infrastructure, and frontline supply lines. The system's deployment dovetails with other NATO contributions, including IRIS-T and NASAMS, creating a layered shield that complicates Russian strike planning. Military analysts note that with the inclusion of additional Patriot batteries, Ukraine's ability to defend strategic hubs such as Kyiv, Lviv, and Kharkiv is greatly reinforced. Berlin has been careful in framing the transfer. Official statements from the German government emphasize that the delivery is purely defensive in nature. The Ministry of Defense reiterated that the Patriots are not tools for offensive escalation, but rather shields designed to protect civilian populations and vital infrastructure. This messaging is aimed at countering Russian narratives that NATO is inching toward direct confrontation. Instead, Germany is positioning its support as a measured and responsible contribution to European security stability. The involvement of Slovakia in facilitating the transit underlines the cooperative framework NATO allies have adopted in supporting Ukraine. Each transfer route requires coordination, intelligence sharing, and protection measures to ensure the systems arrive intact and mission-ready. This alliance-based operation demonstrates the cohesion of NATO logistics in wartime conditions, an often overlooked aspect of military support that ensures Ukraine remains supplied with advanced weaponry despite Russia's attempts to disrupt lines of delivery. The arrival of the Patriot systems is expected to immediately strengthen Ukraine's defensive posture. Russia has increasingly relied on combined missile and drone saturation attacks to overwhelm Ukrainian defenses. The Patriot's advanced radar and interception capabilities are well suited to countering such tactics, reducing the risk of civilian casualties and infrastructure destruction. Additionally, the system's presence could force Russia to adapt its operational planning, potentially conserving missile stockpiles or shifting focus to more vulnerable sectors. Either way, the strategic calculus on both sides is altered by the deployment. Germany's delivery of Patriot air defense systems to Ukraine represents more than just a transfer of hardware. It is a calculated military maneuver that strengthens Kyiv's resilience, bolsters NATO's credibility, and sends a clear signal of enduring Western commitment. While Berlin stresses the defensive nature of this move, the operational reality is undeniable. Ukraine's skies have just become significantly harder for Russia to penetrate. The arrival of Patriot air defense systems in Ukraine does not only represent an immediate tactical upgrade, but also has far-reaching implications for the ongoing war and the balance of power in Eastern Europe. Military strategists observe that with every new layer of Western technology integrated into Ukraine's defensive network, Russia faces a narrowing window of operational freedom. Patriot systems are capable of intercepting not only traditional cruise missiles, but also more complex threats such as short-range ballistic missiles. This capability directly undermines one of Moscow's primary tools of strategic pressure. the use of missile barrages to intimidate civilians, disrupt energy grids, and destabilize Ukraine's logistics hubs. From an operational perspective, the Patriots compel Russian planners to reconsider their aerial campaigns. The Kremlin will likely be forced to rely more heavily on cheaper, mass-produced drones such as the Iranian-designed Shahed-136, or to disperse missile attacks in smaller, less predictable waves to evade interception. However, these adjustments come with limitations, as Ukraine continues to refine its radar coverage and integrate multiple Western systems into a single air defense umbrella. Another factor to consider is the depletion of Russia's missile stockpiles. Intelligence estimates suggest that Moscow has already expended a significant portion of its high-precision missiles in over 2 years of warfare. With Patriots now in place, the cost-effectiveness of future strikes diminishes further, forcing Russia to expend expensive assets with less guarantee of success. This logistical and financial strain could reshape Russia's long-term strategy. Instead of relying heavily on missile warfare, Moscow may shift to ground-based offensives or hybrid operations designed to test Ukrainian defenses in areas where Patriots are not deployed. Germany's decision also underscores a broader reality. NATO's gradual escalation of military support has been deliberate, calculated, and coordinated. While Moscow has often accused the alliance of preparing for direct confrontation, the delivery of Patriots like earlier Leopard tanks and HIMARS illustrates a measured approach where allies provide capabilities step by step, avoiding sudden escalatory leaps. Slovakia's involvement in the transit further demonstrates how NATO members on the eastern flank play a critical role in enabling the flow of high-value systems. These logistical corridors, stretching from Germany through Poland and Slovakia into Ukraine, form the lifelines of Kyiv's war effort. Protecting and securing these routes has become a priority, with intelligence and surveillance assets constantly monitoring for potential sabotage or Russian interdiction attempts. Beyond the battlefield, the Patriots carry symbolic weight. For Ukraine, they serve as a reminder that Western support remains steadfast, bolstering public morale amid continued hardships. For Russia, their deployment signals that attempts to terrorize Ukraine cities through missile strikes will face growing futility. Politically, Berlin's move also reinforces Germany's evolving role as a Central European security power. Once criticized for hesitancy, Germany has steadily increased its contributions, from supplying Leopard 2 tanks to now deploying one of the world's most advanced air defense platforms. This strengthens Berlin's standing within NATO and the European Union, while also signaling to Moscow that Western resolve is not weakening.